MPWW, the writing community on the inside, they meant everything. They was like my brothers then, my brothers now. We had this like subculture. Inside of that culture, we had a subculture, a place that we called like our own community. And for a lot of us, it was shifting the way in which we seen community. It transcended color lines. It transcended how much time you had. There were people who had short time. There were people who would never go home. Like to sit in a writing circle with someone who's never going home and to see them write about light and inspiration and beauty, I would be leaving saying, well, hell, if they still got some beauty, I got to find some somewhere.
The community, we have to have that support. Without that support from your fellow writers, and then which extends also to instructors and mentors through PWW, without that, you don't really have that energy.
The importance of writing for me, it's a lifeline. It was a way for me to sort of escape and process everything that I went through while in prison, but things that I wasn't able to process, as a kid, things that, I saw other people endure as a kid and growing up. So prison was, it kept me confined physically, but writing allowed me to escape those boundaries.
Writing means a lot of different things to me, especially in prison. It's about documenting what's going on around me, all the stories that are around me, a lot of documenting the pain and the loss that's around me. That's a big part of it. I journal every day because I don't want to feel like everything runs together. Time can be very plastic, I think anywhere, but especially here where it seems like, weeks are short but days are long, and it's just important to acknowledge, I think, what happened during that day and what changes are made.
When I found myself incarcerated, writing was a necessity for sanity. And at that point, early on, before MPWW came into the picture, there was no formal anything. It was just kind of lethargic, writing. And then Writers Workshop and MPWW came in, and that's where I got a foundation of writing and was able to start looking at it as a craft and then start accepting that I myself were a writer. So when I was inside, it was such a daily practice for me, not for assignments or for anything on the outside, but just so I could maintain my own identity in a place that was not pro-identity, I guess.
Us in prison, we need to find things to consume a lot of the time that we have. And obviously, we have time on our hands. So writing is a way to fill up the void of emptiness of time. And it's also a way to find means to create something out of ourselves, to actually take our thoughts and what we believe or our dreams and write it into paper and make it something tangible.
What's nice about creative writing, or what's really beneficial about creative writing, is that you do get a chance to explore maybe parts of your inner self, your imagination, your thoughtfulness about the world in a way you were never given permission to do before you got incarcerated. And now you have permission. Now you can do, it's all you, because nobody can ever control what you think, your imagination. That can't happen.
I recall when I first came to prison 23 years ago, that they give you this little stubby pencil about the size of a pinky finger, and they give you about 20 sheets of paper. And I'm guessing that most people write a letter to someone that they know, which makes sense to tell people about this new way of life that they have to experience, unfortunately. And I remember writing some letters, but I also remember writing raps with that stubby little pencil and that paper. And that's the one thing about being in prison, is that you can take my paint, you can take the paint brushes, you can lock me in a dark room, but at some point you will have to provide me with a writing utensil and some paper. And at that moment, I can document whatever I'm thinking. And that's why writing is, I think, more well suited for people in prison.
If an institution's goal is to help the individual get out and be a better, productive person, then I believe that a program like a creative writing program can do that, and it doesn't take a lot of time or a lot of resources. It could be prison run, it could be inmate run.
It was a huge part of the things that I seen continue to help shift and change people's perception on how they seen themselves, how they seen their connection to community, and their role in community through writing. So it meant a lot. It meant everything. It's like a transcender. Writing is useful because it transcends prison, and in prison, you kind of have this feeling that you're never going to see this again. It becomes this alternate reality that you like slightly remember, but it's not real to you. So inside of prison, folks having a chance to write actually keeps them connected to the human family. It keeps them connected to their own feelings, to the importance of processing their feelings and being able to take snapshots of memories that they had, both good and bad, and make sense of them, some of that trauma, to be able to like highlight them and to look at them now and to make sense of them.
I believe truly in the empowerment of the individuals in these places, and part of empowering them is by strengthening aspects of their lives that make them more capable. And one of those things is in the development of language. And the development of language, increasing a human being's language, increases their access to power, increases their access to, all the other things in life too. And I think that is a really critical element in what we do with these programs. And what we've done on our own is the sense that I do this in order to make myself more capable and to empower myself and the others that come after me.